So do you have a big kitchen cabinet that you're really not utilizing all the space because you can't get to the back? It's just not a good use of space, or you have this divider here which makes a big space into smaller spaces. Well, wouldn't it be really cool if you could utilize every square inch of that space and make it very easy to get to turn a space like this into this and have a slide out Dometic fridge and a pantry. So today I'm going to show you how to build this step by step. I love my kitchen, but the time has come that this Dometic has to find a home. It just cannot be sitting up here. It's too big. And the floor space that I had it on is now occupied by the propane heater. So it's going to go in under here. My problem is when I design the cabinets, this door opens and it's too narrow, and this door opens this way. So I had a great idea sent in by a subscriber. I was going to make this one long door, but he suggested taking this door, flipping it over, attaching it here, cutting this out, and attach it to one of the other doors. So what I've done here is I've put some masking tape and I left just a narrow line exactly where I want the blade to cut. I've added extra on each side so that the guard of the jigsaw will not scratch up the cabinet. And I went ahead and made the first cut down here, and as you can see, I still managed to scar it up a little bit. So I didn't put the tape quite high enough, but it's not into the wood. I can paint it. And so here I've made the cut, and there's a little of a lip here, but I think it'll be fine. So I'm going to chop the top off now. All right, so what do you think? The project's all done. Here we go. We got it all attached up, all put in there. Looking good. Oh, wait, it's not really done. Flipping the door over looks great. That's going to be fine. It's just going to be a matter at the end, making sure it all lines up at the top. Cut the board out. That went fine. I think it's going to be fine. It's not heavy at all, so we'll be able to attach it on here. The real key is going to be just getting this to line up just right. This is going to need to be sanded a little bit. I'm going to miscut just a little there, but that might help it line up, like we had the same problem with the countertop. So there's not a lot to attach it to, so I'm going to have to make a bit of a bracket here. You can see it's just a little bit to attach it, but I think I can bend up a metal bracket and we'll be okay. Okay, so I just took a regular L bracket, a nice size one, and I just took my pliers and I bent this edge right here. And fortunately it bends right there at that nail hole, which gives me pretty much a perfect depth for that. So I've got that one screwed on there, and I'm going to put one on down the bottom. Alright, so in order to get this completely flush right here, which I need to have, I needed to shim this out a little. So I found that I just found a nut and a couple washers to adjust it to where I can get that in a good situation. If I need to, I can put another, I can fine tune this with a couple, one or two more washers to get that depth just right. Alright, so here we have it so far. What I've done is I've taken some cardboard and just wedged that in there real tightly and got everything lined up. That's just held in there by friction. And so I'm going to close this door, and then I'll go around from the inside and put these two screws into the door here. I needed to do just a little fine tuning so that they all stuck out just the same amount. So on my bracket, there's a little gap. I made sure there's just a little gap there, and then I added this little rubber bumper here, which is they're just for cabinet doors. And what that does is it stops it. It stops it at just the right depth, right there. You can see the bumper on that one and the bumper on that one. So they close just right. Perfect. Alright, so I'm quite pleased with how this looks. There's just a little line right there, so that hasn't been painted yet, and I'll fill that in a little bit and it will not be noticeable. So come over, open on the door this way, open the door this way, and now we have tons of room in here to do a slide out for the fridge and hopefully a pantry slide out. So this is the original configuration for how I wanted to do the slides, because it saves space, both height and width. And I built the whole system, built the tray, got the slide out, got it all working. Used these 22-inch slides. The 24s are too long. You can get them at Lowe's. They're $20 a pair, so $10 each. So this did not work. The reason was it came all the way out, and I could completely open the lid. But these are just not made for this orientation, even though they're rated for 100 pounds for the pair. It was just too wobbly. So I'm going to save you the agony of watching those videos, and I'm going to have to rebuild the whole thing in this orientation. Now I want to make this as easy as possible without doing a lot of complex measurements. So I just measured out a 2x2, put the 2x2 here, made sure it's sitting down below the lip, make sure it's flat. And then what I did is I took the main piece here and I slid it forward until it's hitting the lip, down inside the lip. But if you notice, it slides, because of the way it's built, it'll slide over the top. Now what I did was I lined this up here and here, and then I put two to three screws to hold this one in place. Then next I took another board that's cut the same length, and what I did is I screwed this piece all the way at the bottom. I just lined it up with the bottom edge, and this all the way at the front edge, so no measuring, just like that. And then I screwed that down. What that's going to do is it gives us a piece that looks like this. Here I have the piece here, and when you set it in, you can see that first board sits below the lip. This all lines up right here. And because we did that right on the top edge of the right side one, this slides out real nice like that. And then what I'll do is I'll screw this, I'll get some long wood screws and screw this straight through into the base. And then the platform, to save room, since I have it raised up here, I'm going to take my platform and I can run it over top of this, so I'm not going to lose any space. The only space I really lost was some height, which may be an issue because the sink's going to go up here. Alright, so I've just put a single screw here to hold that one down and one there to hold that down. The reason being, I want this to be able to move a little bit, because when I put my platform on and I screw this on, if it's not exact, I don't want the thing binding up like this, so I'll wait to screw that last down until we get the platform in and everything's running smooth. Alright, so here's my platform. What I did is I measured off so I'd have uniform dimensions here. So this is about 9 1/4. I set the track at 9 1/4 and 9 1/4 in the back, and then I screwed down right here, so that locks this one in, and I know that's straight. And so now I can go ahead and screw this down, and then I'll pull it out and just screw that one down, and then everything will be locked in place. Alright, so here's my setup. Open the door, and by putting those screws in that order, I ensured that this slides very smooth, very straight, and I'll have room to put the pantry one here. So I'm going to go back now, and I'm going to add some more screws along here, 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 and here, just make sure everything's bolted down real tight. I went ahead and also put this piece in here. This runner is in here, so I'll need another 2x2 here, and I can probably shim this out and just bolt into the side here for my last runner. Alright, so making good progress. Got that slider done. Built this one, again, just the same process. Had to build that off the wall a little bit. Checked it out, that fits. So now all I need to do is cut this board. Alright, I've set the cooler in there. And I have quite a bit of these metal strips left. And so I use this to set that in there. I'll also be able to use them on the side and on the back to make sure it stays in place. Mainly just strap it in the back in case of a big bump. I've left about 2.5 inches at the top and the bottom for airflow. I've also left room at the back. I didn't take the platforms all the way to the back to make sure the cords didn't get crimped when they came in and out. And so here we have our slide here. Comes all the way out. It's got a really nice distance here. Alright, so let's slide this one out. That works really well. So I'm going to pull it out from the top. Perfect. Easy slide. Much more solid than having the runners turned horizontal. The vertical was definitely the key. So I'm going to go ahead and put the brackets in to hold this in and start trying to figure out how to use this really cool. I never really got this far with it in my head. I just knew I wanted to build this platform and figure out somehow to build a pantry. So when I gutted the MAV, I had quite a few shelves left, and I intentionally saved them because I wanted to use them in the rebuild as storage. So this is I've got probably 3 or 4 of these, so I'm going to start using this to build it. So this is my first attempt at making a pantry. I don't really know what to do or where to put the shelves, but I kind of thought some big storage here, at least enough for cans and things, and then this kind of steps back in case something is really tall, and then this top shelf here, now I need to put some edges on it here so things don't slip off. But, you know, for a first attempt, I'm not hating it. It'll get all painted up, caulked up, it'll look beautiful. Alright, so I've got it put back in. Can open here, grab a hold, and there. That has made really good use of the entire lower cabinet. I'm really happy about that. Next thing to do, we got to get it to paint, do some fine-tuning adjustments. So the next concern will be is I still have to get a sink in here. It should fit. It's only supposed to be 6 inches deep, and the pantry goes right up under the drawer here. So you can see, really are maximizing the use of space. One thing I was also able to do was I relocated the microwave up into this bin. So this fits perfectly there, out of the way, giving me more counter space. What a neat and tidy kitchen. Very happy about that. I've got my floor space back. I got my counter space back. So let's check out. Here's something neat. So I open this door, and all I have to do is I don't have to open the right door. I just put my hand, grab the handle, and that door automatically pulls away. I can open the whole top. Got my cookies and milk ready to go. Close that out. Now I'll be putting, I've got a drill right here and put a cotter pin here for a travel lock, and then I'll put a little swing down bracket here to lock in this one. Then I can just open this door, grab right here, pull it out, got it all painted up, looking great. So I hope you found this interesting. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably build one over here too and do the same thing, because I just love this system and it's going to completely give me so much more storage. And another cool thing I did is I got this little bracket kit that allows me to get my dummy panel out here. This is going to provide ventilation for my chassis air conditioner. It's also, in the summer, if the refrigerator is struggling, I can open this up, and it's going to give me some nice ventilation to the unit and extra storage. So this is awesome. I'll put a link to these brackets down below. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this gave you some ideas for your cabinets, and make some slide outs. Have some fun with it. Be creative. So thanks for watching.